Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Fabio, and today I'm going to be talking about my 30 favorite references from the new adult animated series, Solar Opposites. From Rick and Morty co-creator Justin Roiland and executive producer Mike McMahan. If you're interested in watching a full review of Solar Opposites, feel free to check out our previous video, where Janos does an excellent job of breaking down a spoiler-free critique of the whole season. I'll include a link to that in the video description. Now, I just binged through the entire first season since it came out, and I gotta say, I was impressed by the sheer amount of references and Easter eggs crammed into this show. Everything from movies, fast food franchises, and pop culture references. Wow, this show has it all. To spare you the trouble, and my sanity, I've decided to shorten the list down to my 30 favorite and most impressive non-verbal references from the series that I believe people are more likely to miss. But of course, I'd love to hear from you all in the comments about which were your favorite references and any major ones you think I may have missed. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel, and if you're coming back, thank you so much for your support. Now with that out of the way, let's get into it. Number 1. Okay, literally all of Terry's t-shirts in each episode are a reference to something, so to kick off the list, I figured I would just compile them all right here. Number 1A. In episode 1, the Dick Wolf t-shirt is a reference to famous American TV producer Richard Anthony Wolf, most commonly known for the Law & Order franchise. 1B, or episode 2, Butterbeer Inspector t-shirt is a reference to the fantasy series Harry Potter, specifically the imaginary, but also real, delicious warming beverage from the novels and also the movies. 1C, or episode 3, the coded text is an obvious reference to one of the most iconic lines from the Star Wars movies. It's a trap, spoken by Admiral Akbar. 1D, or episode 4, the Welcome Back Otter t-shirt is a reference to the sitcom Welcome Back Kotter. 1E, or episode 5, the Got Dilf t-shirt is a clear reference to the tried and true slogan, Got Milk. 1F, or in episode 6, we have the Bacon and Lettuce and Tomato t-shirt. Interestingly, the voice actor who plays Terry, Thomas MIDDLEDITCH, performs an improvised comedy show with famous comedian Ben Schwartz. If you check out their website and go to their merchandise section, you'll see one of these oddly similar formatted t-shirts, which actually explains the use of ampersands on Terry's t-shirt as opposed to them using commas. 1G, or episode 7, for reasons I can't explain, there isn't a t-shirt in this episode. And in 1H, or episode 8, the Straight Out of Anime t-shirt is a reference to the 2015 American biographical movie Straight Outta Compton. Number 2. Not even 5 minutes into the very first episode, co-creator Justin Roiland has a quick cameo of himself wearing a Hulu t-shirt. He's actually being strangled by the beloved fictional character Fun Bucket. Number 3. Seconds later, we get a quick commercial cut to the Gretchen Darth Maul, which is a reference to the character Darth Maul from the Star Wars franchise. In addition, we also get a storefront to the right named Banana Democracy, which is a reference to the clothing store Banana Republic. Number 4. About 5 minutes in, we have this iPad that becomes a sentient cop named Richard Michaels, who is a renowned retired American TV and film director, also known for productions such as The Brady Bunch and the movie Homeward Bound. Here at number 5, we have this high schooler wearing this metallic headband with a swirl on it. Using my weeb powers of deduction, I know this to be a reference to the headbands used by the Hidden Leaf Village from the popular anime series Naruto. Number 6. The replicants attend high school at the James Earl Jones High, a reference to one of America's most distinguished actors, James Earl Jones, known for being the voice of Darth Vader in Return of the Jedi and in Rogue One, as well as the voice of Mufasa in Disney's live-action Lion King movie. Number 7. Right at the beginning of episode 2, we can clearly see Terry playing a Nintendo Switch. Number 8. Okay, humor me a bit on this one, but in this scene of a metal bar, we see this flag of an anaconda with a black background. Maybe my love of metal music has me reaching here, but I'm thinking this could be a nod to the band Whitesnake. At number 9, we get a rapid montage of several references here. First, on the smartphone, we have the word Instablam, which is a clear reference to Instagram, the social media app. And right below, there is the word Voldemort, which is clearly referencing the antagonist from the Harry Potter novels and movies. There is also a bottle of Ramune, which is a Japanese novelty soda, and behind the monitor we can see several stickers, the first of which are for Bitcoin, Gundam for Gundams, and there's also a War in the Stars poster in the background, clearly also again referencing Star Wars. The guy himself, sitting down, seems to be wearing a Star Trekian-inspired t-shirt, and lastly, the book in the back shelf, Hitchens' Brain, is a reference to the English-American author Christopher Hitchens. A small body of his work can be found on the brainpickings.org website. At number 10, seconds later in the same montage, in what I believe to be Times Square in New York City, we have several great references here. At the top, we see a poster for Trover Saves the Universe, a real video game which is actually developed by Squanch Games, founded by Justin Roiland himself. Right below is a poster for the Dragon Queen, which I believe to be a reference to the character Daenerys Targaryen for the Game of Thrones series. Slightly to the right, there is an advertisement for Sex in the Town, which is a reference to the popular show Sex in the City. Lastly, for the life of me, I could not figure out what the sign to the right for this cute dog labeled Miss George is referencing to. At first, my mind thought of the cartoon character Curious George, but he is a monkey, and I don't think that fit quite right here. If someone out can figure out there what this sign is for, please let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear your theories here. At number 11, here we see 4 magicians at the front door. The first introduces himself as Wilkins McCalper, which I initially thought to be a reference to famous magician David Copperfield, but the show directly references David Copperfield earlier in the episode alongside Houdini and another magician named Mystery, which I believe to be fictional. While the rest of the magician here are referred to as mysterious compatriots, they are clear references to other world-renowned magicians, such as David Blaine and both Penn and Teller. Number 12. Here at the left we see a comical sign for Build My Gummy Bear, which is a reference to the American toy store Build-A-Bear, known for selling and customizing stuffed animals and, of course, bears. Number 13. During a traumatic death scene, we see a loving cameo to one of the producers and writers of the show, Josh Beisel, seen wearing his iconic shark hat here, and even his own name written on his own hoodie. Number 14. Atop a mountain at Corvo's funeral, Yumulak starts playing their version of what I believe to be Guitar Hero. While we only hear a few clumsily played notes of the song, I am confident that this is the beginning to the song Sweet Home Alabama by Lynyrd Skynyrd. Number 15. In this office, we see another reference to creator Justin Roiland at the back left picture frame here. The picture in the woman's right hand is also a picture of the show's co-executive producer, Mike McMahan. And to the right, we even get a picture of a young Morty, a character from another one of Justin Roiland's cartoons, which you may have probably already guessed, the Rick and Morty series. I have a feeling that the rest of these characters seen on this wall and table are probably pictures of the other cast and crew members from the show, but these were the only ones that I could say with confidence. If any of you can figure out there who these may be, I would love to hear your suggestions in the comments. Number 16. This episode here ends with Jesse and Yumulak playing a game of Hungry Hungry Hippos, a classic children's game from the 90s. At number 17, in episode 4, the scene with Yumulak and Jesse running home and tearing through the neighborhood backyards feels like an homage to the iconic scene from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, where he does the very exact same thing in his montage. Number 18. Janos actually tipped me off to this one, but during a rare animal auction with the pupa, to the left we can see there are some poor caged animals, referencing iconic characters such as Donald Duck and Paddington Bear. The auctioneer rattles off some prices and even refers to the pupa as SpongeBob here, which I thought was pretty funny. A little bit later in the episode, we see Daffy Duck and Paddington Bear again here, plus even more references, such as the 101 Dalmatians and even Mickey Mouse. Number 19. Forever 31, the comically named Halloween store that is open every day of the year, is a reference to the women's clothing store Forever 21. Number 20. Corvo and Terry attend a nearby college named Louis Gossett Jr. Junior College. Based off the name and the statue, the show is referencing the 1982 movie An Officer and a Gentleman. Specifically the character Sergeant Emile Foley, played by the actor himself, Louis Gossett Jr. Number 21, the scene where Yumulak has Jesse throw the textbook into the trash feels like a reference to the iconic scene from the 1989 film Dead Poets Society with Robin Williams, where he has the kids in a similar scene rip out the first chapter of their textbooks. It's not really a reference, but in the living room, there is this water pipe that Terry and Corvo probably mistook for a vase. Just had to share this one as we thought it was pretty funny. At number 22, later in that same episode, you see on his back, Corvo is wearing a Gronkowski Patriots jersey throughout part of the episode. At number 23, the sign here that says St. Pauli Girl is a reference to the character Polly Gualtieri from the popular Italian mafia series The Sopranos. Given the nature of this scene, and this mobster character here also being referred to as the Duke, feels very akin to, well, Don, which confirms my theory on this one. Number 24, in episode 6, for those of you who may have missed Janos' video breaking down the trailer for the series, the first seconds of episode 6 show us the very same scene from the trailer for a sign labeled McMahan Face Wash, the show's executive co-producer, Mike McMahan. At number 25, inside Terry and Corvo's man cave, we see 3 movie posters of 3 actual real movies. However, other than the film Boys Don't Cry, the other 2 films all have their actors and actresses' names have been turned into silly, funny pseudonyms. From the movie Boys on the Side, Yippee Goldbear is a reference to Whoopi Goldberg, Larry Louise Barker is Mary Louise Parker, and Draw More Barry is a reference to Drew Barrymore. And lastly, for How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, Kate Huddleston is a reference to Kate Hudson, while Matt McNaughty is a reference to Matthew McConaughey. Number 26, here we have an Entourage pinball machine. And at 27, in the background of this classroom on the board, the chemical structure here is actually the chemical structure for caffeine. Number 28, during this gruesome scene, we get this quick look at this portrait of Summer, which is another one of Justin Roiland's characters from the Rick and Morty cartoon. 29, inside the Dave & Buster's, which yes, is also a reference to a real place, we get a double whammy reference here, with both these arcade machines being labeled Mortal Fight and Street Brawler, which are both references to the long-running and well-loved video game franchises Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. And last, with number 30, we get another video game reference here as the arcade game listed as Pac-Bra, which is a comical reference to the classic arcade game Pac-Man. Alright, that about does it for me today. What was your favorite reference? Were there any that surprised you, or were you able to figure out some on your own? Either way, I'd love to hear your thoughts, and please feel free to share down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please take a moment to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this one. It would really help out a lot, and I would greatly appreciate it. Anyways, stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you later, guys. Take care.